President Donald Trump's recent joint session address was a spectacle of misinformation. From beginning to end, his speech was riddled with falsehoods and misleading statements. One of the most egregious examples was his claim about Elon Musk uncovering massive Social Security fraud. This claim, like many others in his address, has been debunked by fact-checkers. This pattern of dishonesty raises serious concerns about the president's relationship with the truth and the potential consequences of his words. The prevalence of lies in Trump's address is alarming. He made demonstrably false claims about a wide range of topics, including Social Security, tariffs, immigration, and the economy. These lies were not simply exaggerations or misstatements. They were deliberate attempts to mislead the American people. The president's dishonesty has real-world consequences. When he spreads misinformation about important issues, he undermines public trust in government and makes it more difficult to have a productive national dialogue. His lies also have the potential to cause real harm, as seen in his repeated attempts to undermine confidence in the electoral process. The purpose of this essay is to examine some of the most egregious lies in Trump's joint session address and to explore the broader implications of his dishonesty. It is essential that we hold our leaders accountable for their words and that we do not allow ourselves to be misled by falsehoods. One of the most alarming lies in Trump's address was his claim about Social Security fraud. He implied that millions of dead people were receiving benefits, citing Elon Musk's supposed discovery of this issue. This claim is demonstrably false. The Social Security Administration has a system in place to prevent payments to deceased individuals. While there are instances where payments are mistakenly sent to deceased individuals, these cases are rare and do not involve millions of people. A 2023 Inspector General report found that only 44,000 people over the age of 100 received benefits, despite 19 million not being marked as deceased. Most of these cases are likely legitimate, as people can live to be over 100. Trump's claim that Elon Musk uncovered this supposed fraud is also misleading. There is no evidence that Musk has any involvement in Social Security fraud investigations. It is clear that Trump fabricated this story to sow distrust in the Social Security system and to bolster his own anti-government agenda. This lie is particularly harmful because it undermines public confidence in a vital safety net program. Social Security provides essential income support to millions of elderly Americans, and Trump's false claims could lead to unnecessary anxiety and fear among beneficiaries. Trump also repeated his false claim that tariffs are paid by other countries, not American consumers. This is a blatant lie that has been debunked countless times by economists and trade experts. Tariffs are taxes on imported goods, and these taxes are ultimately paid by American businesses and consumers. When tariffs are imposed, the cost of imported goods increases. This cost is then passed on to consumers in the form of higher prices. Additionally, tariffs can hurt American businesses by making their inputs more expensive and by reducing demand for their products. Trump's insistence that tariffs are good for America is simply not supported by the facts. His trade policies have hurt American businesses and consumers, and his lies about tariffs only make the situation worse. The president's misleading statements about tariffs are part of a broader pattern of economic misinformation. He has repeatedly made false claims about the economy, often taking credit for positive developments that are the result of policies enacted by his predecessors. Trump's address was also replete with falsehoods about immigration. He claimed that border crossings were at an all-time low, despite figures showing otherwise. He also boasted about his administration's deportation numbers, claiming they were the largest in history. This is another blatant lie. While the Trump administration did increase deportations, they were not the largest in history. In fact, the Obama administration deported more people during its tenure. Trump's claims about immigration are often based on fear-mongering and xenophobia. He has repeatedly demonized immigrants, portraying them as criminals and a threat to American jobs. This rhetoric is not only divisive, but also factually inaccurate. Immigrants commit crimes at lower rates than native-born Americans, and they contribute significantly to the economy. Trump's lies about immigration have real-world consequences. They have fueled anti-immigrant sentiment, led to inhumane treatment of migrants at the border, and made it more difficult to pass comprehensive immigration reform. Trump's economic claims were equally misleading. He criticized Biden for inflation while ignoring global factors and wage increases. He also took credit for the stock market's performance, despite the fact that it is influenced by a wide range of factors beyond the control of any one president. Trump's economic record is mixed at best. While the unemployment rate did fall during his presidency, this trend began under the Obama administration. Moreover, the national debt increased significantly under Trump, due in part to his tax cuts for corporations and the wealthy. The president's tendency to distort economic data is part of a broader pattern of dishonesty. He has a history of making false or misleading statements about his businesses, his wealth, and his personal life. Trump's economic lies are particularly dangerous because they can have a real impact on people's lives. When he makes false claims about the economy, he can undermine confidence in the markets and potentially trigger a recession. Section 6. Energy Independence Fantasies. Trump also made false claims about the Biden administration's energy policies. He claimed that Biden had drastically cut oil and gas leases and halted pipelines, while production actually increased. This is simply not true. The Biden administration has paused new oil and gas leases on federal lands while it reviews the environmental impact of these leases. However, this pause does not apply to existing leases, and oil and gas production has continued to increase under Biden. Trump's claims about energy independence are part of his broader effort to paint Biden as anti-business and out of touch with the needs of working Americans. This is a false narrative. Biden has repeatedly said that he supports American energy production, and his policies reflect this commitment. Trump's lies about energy are harmful because they could lead to policies that harm the environment and make America more reliant on foreign oil. Section 7. The Doge Dilemma, Unelected Power. One of the most glaring hypocrisies in Trump's address was his attack on unelected bureaucrats while simultaneously empowering Elon Musk, an unelected billionaire, through his promotion of Dogecoin, also known as Doge. This contradiction did not go unnoticed by Democratic lawmakers who mocked Trump's double standard. Trump's embrace of Musk, a figure who has amassed immense power and influence without ever holding elected office, underscores the inconsistency in his rhetoric. It seems that Trump's disdain for unelected bureaucrats only applies when it is politically convenient. This hypocrisy has fueled accusations that Trump is more interested in consolidating power among a select few rather than promoting true democratic values. By aligning himself with Musk and promoting Doge, Trump is essentially endorsing a system where unelected individuals wield significant economic and potentially political influence. This raises concerns about accountability and transparency. Section 8. A lengthy display of despotism. Beyond the content of Trump's address, the context in which it was delivered also merits attention. The speech was historically long, clocking in at nearly 100 minutes. This excessive length, coupled with Trump's often despotic tone, led some commentators to draw comparisons to the speeches of dictators. The length and style of the speech were not the only noteworthy aspects. Protests erupted during the address, with Representative Al Green being forcibly removed from the chamber for his vocal dissent. Signs and attire worn by attendees also reflected the deep political divisions within the country. Despite the spectacle surrounding it, Trump's address garnered low viewership, marking the lowest rated of his congressional addresses. This suggests that the public may be growing increasingly weary of his divisive rhetoric and penchant for falsehoods. Section 9. The Importance of Truth-Seeking. In conclusion, President Trump's joint session address was a masterclass in misinformation. His speech was riddled with falsehoods, ranging from Social Security fraud to immigration numbers to economic performance. This pattern of dishonesty raises serious concerns about his relationship with the truth and the potential consequences of his words. It is crucial for citizens to be critical consumers of information, especially in today's politically charged environment. Fact-checking organizations play a vital role in holding leaders accountable for their words and ensuring that the public has access to accurate information. By highlighting the falsehoods in Trump's address and emphasizing the importance of fact-checking, this essay aims to equip readers with the tools they need to navigate the complex world of political discourse. It is only through a commitment to truth and accountability that we can hope to strengthen our democracy and address the pressing issues facing our nation.